come for you.
Emmett Till, an African-American boy of just 14 years who traveled to Mississippi in the United States of America to spend the summer with his cousins, became the central focus of the U.S. civil rights movement after he was tortured and killed at the hands of white men for allegedly flirting with a white woman. The story has been told countless times over, and now, for the first time, a biographical film has been produced featuring an actor of Vincentian descent. Gem Marc Collins sat for a virtual interview with Searchlight to discuss Till, which is set to be released at the end of the month. Marc plays the cousin of Emmett, Wheeler Parker Jr., and he admits he felt like the role was too big for him to fill.
It was very intimidating. And what I tell people is that I prayed a lot. I spent a lot of time praying, and I spent a lot of time praying, asking God for just the ability to handle the magnitude of a project like this, and the role that I was praying for, just praying for the ability to handle it and do it to honor Wheeler Parker Jr. as well.
The real life story of Emmett Till is a sorrowful one, but Marc says director Chinyoye Chukwu chose to zero in on the best moments of Emmett's life rather than focusing solely on his death.
We're at a juke joint, me and the boys, the young boys, and I remember the director telling us to make sure we have the joy that kids have, and just to not think about the sadness of this story in this moment, but just think about kids having fun during the summer. They just worked in the field and now they're just spending the night together on a Saturday night.
Marc admits the day they shot the scene where Emmett's body is placed on display at the funeral was a difficult one for most persons on the set.
Because the body that was in the casket, it wasn't the real body, but it was a replica, and it looked very much like the image that many of the people in the church have seen already. Because many of the other actors, whether they were background or not, they were alive when this had happened to Emmett Till. And when they saw the body, some of them almost threw up. I think one lady almost passed out, actually, just because it reminded her so much of what she saw when she was a kid. I remember I didn't look at the body until I was told to, and when I looked at it, I felt a lot of emotions come up, and I wouldn't even say there was any acting in that. It's just seeing a body, seeing a boy, seeing a black boy look like how Emmett Till's body had looked. I think it would stir anyone. It would stir anyone up.
The hope for Marc is that the movie Till can bring more justice and empathy in the world.
The movie ends on a joyful note, but at first, what they were gonna have was a wedding scene, and in the wedding scene, everyone's dancing. Whoopi Goldberg's dancing. I'm dancing. Emmett's dancing, and it's like a what if situation, like a dream. Like what if Emmett was still alive? So we ended on a joyful note, so we were all able to leave happy and with new friendships, and just on a great note to say we'll see each other again, and that we can't wait to tell stories like this where it didn't end in defeat and it didn't end in sorrow. It ended in progress for our people, and it ended in joy.